AI agents are no longer theoretical concepts sitting in a research lab. They are managing publishing pipelines, analyzing data, and handling communications right now. Every professional and business needs a strategy to integrate them. The financial baseline is set. A functional AI agent strategy currently costs roughly $200 a month. But that exact same budget buys two completely different operational realities. Right now, the AI agent landscape has split into two distinct categories: managed cloud platforms and self-hosted local infrastructure. Both approaches cost a business roughly $200 a month, forcing a choice between two distinct operational strategies. Perplexity Computer represents the managed cloud. It runs on remote servers with zero setup, keeping your local system insulated from the agent's actions. OpenClaw is the self-hosted alternative. You install it on your own hardware, like a Mac Mini, granting the agent deep access to your local files and system tools. OpenAI recently hired OpenClaw's creator, just as the project exploded in popularity. This move signals OpenAI's intent to capture the self-hosted market before it erodes the dominance of closed ecosystems. The $200 monthly fee covers different assets. You are either renting access to a managed service or owning your own automation infrastructure. Perplexity Computer appeals to users who need to deploy an agent immediately without configuring terminal commands or environment files. Here is the Smart Model Router. It fractures your request, distributing subtasks across 19 AI models. It automates selection, assigning code to Claude, research to Sonar, then reassembles the results. But this creates a privacy trade-off. You lose visibility into which model processes your proprietary data. Because the user cannot override the router's choices, a mistake by one model can feed into the next. This creates a chain of errors that is difficult to isolate during a manual audit. Since the agent lives on Perplexity servers, it cannot run 24/7 in the background. It only functions while you are actively logged into the browser. Choosing Perplexity means accepting a managed sandbox. You gain immediate safety, but you give up deep system integration and persistent automation. OpenClaw uses a strictly local architecture. The agent lives on your machine, using your own compute power and storage. It acts as a persistent worker, monitoring your Slack channels and managing your content pipelines, even while your desk is empty. Demand for this control is high. OpenClaw reached 250,000 GitHub stars faster than React or Linux. To perform these tasks, OpenClaw requires root-level access to your local files, network, and terminal. This access level led to CVE 2026-25253. A CVE is a standard index for software vulnerabilities. This flaw allowed a remote attacker to execute code on a user's machine with one click. Researchers also discovered that roughly 11% of the plugins in the official ClawHub marketplace were designed to exfiltrate data or harm the host system. The corporate response was total bans. Meta, Google, and government bodies prohibited the software on work devices. By early 2026, the most capable open-source automation tool was flagged by security firms as a high-risk vector for unauthorized system access. This security standoff lasted until the GTC keynote in San Jose. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang told the audience that every company now requires a formal OpenClaw strategy to remain competitive. Huang framed OpenClaw as the foundational operating system for personal AI, placing it in the same category as Windows or Linux. To address the security concerns, NVIDIA introduced NemoClaw, an enterprise-grade wrapper for the OpenClaw agent. This illustrates the NemoClaw architecture. It surrounds the active agent with a layer of corporate governance and security checkpoints. The wrapper provides IT teams with immutable audit logs. Every file read and API call made is scanned and recorded on a ledger. This engineering shift neutralized the primary security argument against using open-source agents in a professional environment. The actual enforcement happens within OpenShell, the runtime layer sitting beneath NemoClaw. OpenShell reverses the security model, replacing root access with a strict zero permissions by default policy. This shows process-level isolation. Each agent is isolated within a sandbox, physically prevented from interacting with the rest of your system. A privacy router strips away sensitive corporate data before it reaches the agent, ensuring the model only sees the information it needs. These are not suggested settings. These are hard policies enforced at the infrastructure level that the AI cannot override. This architecture contains the threat from malicious plugins. Even if a user installs a compromised tool, it is trapped inside the sandbox. unable to reach your sensitive files. NVIDIA also made OpenShell hardware agnostic, meaning it runs on Intel and AMD processors to ensure the security standard applies globally. This shift converts OpenClaw from a high-risk liability into a deterministic and auditable corporate asset. After the NemoClaw announcement, the momentum behind corporate bans collapsed. Cisco and CrowdStrike, the companies that originally flagged OpenClaw as a risk, are now joining NVIDIA as NemoClaw launch partners. This partnership supports an enterprise AI agent market expected to reach $28 billion by 2027. NVIDIA is following a familiar strategy. They identify a foundational technology, build the security tools to make it professional grade, and then standardize the entire ecosystem. OpenClaw has evolved from a solo developer project into the standard infrastructure for corporate AI automation. The choice for your business remains a decision between two distinct paradigms. Perplexity Computer is for researchers and solopreneurs who prioritize immediate deployment and managed safety over system-level control. The cost of that convenience is a lack of persistence. Your automation stops when you close your browser. OpenClaw and NemoClaw are for IT leads and business owners who require 24/7 background agents and local data sovereignty. Choosing this path requires you to commit internal resources to ongoing IT governance and hardware maintenance. Your decision depends on your operational scale. With a $200 monthly budget, the choice is no longer about which AI is smarter. It is about which infrastructure matches your operational reality. Ask yourself the first critical question. Does your daily workflow actually require 24/7 background persistence and parallel tasking? If the answer is no, and you are a professional who prioritizes immediate convenience and sandbox security, you choose Perplexity Computer. If the answer is yes, you follow the branch to the second question. Are you handling sensitive corporate data or operating within a governed IT environment? If you are a solo creator who needs maximum automation, you choose bare metal OpenClaw. But if you are an IT leader, you must ban raw open source installations and immediately standardize your teams on NVIDIA's NemoClaw architecture. The only actual failure condition is remaining paralyzed by indecision. Pick your infrastructure tier, accept the specific trade-offs, and start integrating AI agents today before you fall permanently behind the adoption curve.